Welcome back, guys. So I know it's a little late, but since I promised, I thought I'd share some brief footage of my weekend as a vendor at MoGameCon 2021. So here we are on Friday afternoon doing an early setup, which was optional, but I am so glad that I participated in that. One, because I had so much stuff to set up, and two, because I knew that shortly after the setup we were going to Two Plumbers Arcade and Brewery, and we got a chance to hang out with a lot of the people that were going to be there, like Gaming Off the Grid, Do You Nerd, Captain Algebra, and John Riggs, just to name a few. We had an amazing time, but we definitely stayed a little later than anticipated, and I will say that I felt pretty shitty when my alarm went off at 5:30 that morning. This is about 15 minutes before the VIPs were going to be let in at 9 a.m. You see I have my dollar bin, my free bin, and things don't look that organized, but I made it work. I had so much stuff, and this year they decided to go with a pod setup. So there was a perimeter of a square, and then inside that square there were tables of 4, and I was very fortunate enough to be selling right next to Gaming Off the Grid, as well as my good buddy Jared Pratt and RetroMikey78. So we had a really sweet setup, and it was kind of like a dream team. We had so much fun. I mean, 8 hours, 9 hours to just hang with these guys and sell with them and trade stories. It was such a blast. And I did notice that the short time that I had to walk around and get footage, that prices for a lot of this stuff were a little higher than I had thought they would be. And I didn't pick actually a single thing up, just because my want list is just so small lately. But I did want to say that my prices were extremely fair, and I sold more than I had even anticipated. And the main reason for that is my prices were just so low when you compare them to price charting and everybody else there. And I even noticed that some sellers were coming to my table to buy things and then taking them to their table and sell them. Now, I really don't care. I was there to move items, and that's what I did, and I'm still shocked at the amount that I came home with. So I'm very happy. I don't have any regrets at all. Another thing I did want to point out is that attendance was much lower than it's been in previous years, and that was kind of shocking, but I think partly that was due to the fact that there was a mask mandate, and some people may have just thought, you know what, I don't care if I want to go to this or not, I'm not wearing a mask. And that is unfortunate, because I don't think I would let something like wearing a mask for a few hours stop me from going to a convention that I wanted to go to. There you see John Riggs. He had a great table there. A lot of nice stuff. Some of the stuff, if you're familiar with his channel, that he was actually selling, that he's reviewed. He also had a lot of his homebrew stuff and stuff from his personal collection. And I had a great time chatting with him the night before at the barcade, as well as that day at the convention. I did see a lot of rare items there, but nothing that I just felt that I had to have. And prices, again, were just a little bit higher than I had hoped they would be. And I gotta say, I'm definitely identifying more lately as a retro seller than a retro collector. So this is a shot right after the general public was let in, about an hour after the VIP. So this is around 10:15, and it's, again, not as crowded as I would have thought it was, but it still was nice. Here you see Gaming Off the Grid right there, and you know, our table was extremely crowded. So here's my grab bag that I had talked about doing, and after 30 minutes there was only half of those left. They actually sold out before 11 o'clock, which is less than 2 hours after the convention opened. And there was a lot of cosplay people there. This was one of the funnier ones here. You see Kirby, and they were actually getting a picture next to Do Your Nerd's DK barrel, which is really, really funny. I guess that guy's supposed to be Legolas. There we got a Transformer. No idea who these two were supposed to be. Interesting story here. So this guy bought some Joy-Cons from me and then had Robert and Wes from Gaming Off the Grid sign them, which I thought was kind of funny. But finally, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the organizers of MoGameCon for pulling all of this together despite the restrictions that they had to comply with. Everything worked out, and hopefully everyone that attended had as much fun as I did. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this brief look at MoGameCon 2021, and if you liked the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps out. Alright guys, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.